Donald Trump's allies have begun suing the January 6th Select Committee in order to stop them from getting their records. These lawsuits, you had two filed this week, one by Alex Jones, one by Michael Flynn, have absolutely a snowball's chance in hell of actually being successful. They're not going to be able to fight these subpoenas. They're going to have to eventually release all their information. Their phone carriers are going to have to release it. There's nothing these private individuals can do because they can't even use the, faulty excuse of executive privilege. There's nothing they can do to stop this from coming. But that's the point. That's always the point in things like this. The lawsuit that Flynn has filed, the lawsuit that Jones has filed, the legal arguments are absolutely laughable. However, because they have been filed, because they are now, sitting in a court waiting for a hearing, the committee's hands are tied. That's the point. They know they're not going to prevail in court, although I'm sure they probably actually do have a little bit of, positivity on their side, thinking, oh, we can win this. You can't. But the main goal is to hamstring the committee, to kneecap it, basically. Tie their hands to the point where they cannot move forward because you've tied them up with so much legislation. That's what they're doing here. That's what Steve Bannon wanted. That's why he refused to comply and ended up getting arrested. But his trial's not even till July. We're going to see the same thing with Mark Meadows, who has been held in contempt, but still hasn't even been arrested yet. Because these individuals know if they can wait it out, if they can prolong this process as long as possible, there's a very good chance Republicans retake the House and then kill that committee as their first order of business when they get sworn in next January. That's what they're hoping for. And honestly, with the way the timetable is looking now, again, Bannon's trial not till July. Meadows' trial will be sometime after that. And then the election hits in November. Plus, not to mention the fact that most of these House members, once you get into that time frame, basically August through November, they're going to be campaigning, they're going to be meeting with donors, they're going to be doing all these things that are not conducting a committee. I hate to say this, but I feel like they've already won. Clearly, to me at least, in my opinion, this is a concerted effort from these Republicans. I do believe there was some kind of communication between them to say, this is our plan, this is our strategy. We're going to sue the pants off of them, not because we want their pants, but because we want them to have to run around with their pants around their ankles for a little bit to slow them down. That's what I think is happening here. And of course, I'm going to hit on it again. This is because Merrick Garland hasn't appointed a special prosecutor to take over this entire investigation if something happens to the House panel. But more importantly, not just as insurance policy, but also to give it a little more teeth. The DOJ could charge people with criminal activity if they convene a grand jury with a special prosecutor. The House can't do that. All the House can do is recommend it to the DOJ. So at the end of the day, the DOJ has to play that role anyway. So why not start playing it now? Get these people to comply by force of the law and take some of the stress off that House of Representatives in case that committee doesn't exist a year from now.